Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny. If you are new, hit subscribe buttons and notification bell so you can never miss any our incredible content. Flutter Taxi Apps. Today I need to create here the earning screen. Need to develop here. First of all, so need to see this here the design inside the HD files. This is designs need to today we need to create. First of all, need to create just app bars, and then after need to tab bars need to develop as well today and weekly. Need to tab bars with charts. We need to develop bar charts like this. UI we need to develop today. Let's start how to write down inside our UI. Now need to go inside the menu, clip inside the view inside the menu folders. Inside we need to create here the new files. To give this here the names as a earnings, we need to set as a titles. We need to earning titles. We need to give this here new files earning view dot like this. Give these files names. Need to second screen inside the set this UI. Now need to create here the stateful widgets. Give these names here the earning view like this give, and to import here the material dependency. Now need to create here the scaffold. Do this here the app bars. We need to first of all the copy app bar the service view. Copy here and to put this here the bar, and to as well as we need to import here the color extension inside to write down here the pop extensions. We need to these methods extension methods false. That's why I need to change these names. We need to give this here the names earning. Like we need to set this here, and now need to configure this UI inside the menu. Go inside the menu and to configure here the earning buttons. This is the earning buttons, and to configure here the use here the context extensions methods push. Give this here the context and to set here the earning view like sets, and to save this here. Now we need to open here the menu and to click on the earnings and displaying this earning view. And now need to create here the body for the scaffold. Add down here the body and creates here the columns like sets here. First of all, need to give this here some width space. Need to set this here box. Give this here the height space. Need to set here the 8 like this sets. Now need to create here the tab bar. First of all, need some controllers. Need to define here the tab controllers. Give this here the tab controllers optionals, and to give here the name as a controller like this sets. And also need to set this here the init state methods. Need to call this here initialize these tab controllers. Call these methods inside. Need to pass here the two tabs. Give this length as a 2, and to since we need to give this here the this value, and also need to extend this class to this here the single trigger provider state min mix in. Need to set this here this property and to call this here. Now need to create here the app bars. We need to develop here. First of all, need to create here the tab bar. Now need to create here the web array. I need to set this here the web buttons. give this here the text. Okay, and another buttons need to develop this here. Set here the weekly sets, and now need to set here the some configurations need for the first of all need to set here the controllers, as I need to pass here the tab controllers for variables. Then after need to set here the indicators colors. You need to set this here the color primary. You need to set this here. After need to set here the indicator paddings. You need to set const edges insets. Need to set symmetric horizontals. You need to give this here the 20 like this sets here. And after need to set this here the label colors for the active labels. You need to give this here the T color. Primary colors you need to set this here. Then after you need to unselect colors, unselect label colors, you need to give this here the T colors. Set here the placeholder colors like this sets. Now need to set here the label styles. So need to set text styles, give this here. And first of all need to set this here the fonts size. We need to give this here the 15s, and as well as need to set this here the font weight. Need to give this here the bold. Extra bolts need to set these legs. Also need to copy these styles and to give this here the const value, and as well as need to unselect styles. Need to give this here const value and to paste this again here. Now like this sets here, and this is the tabs related. Now this the UI format this text. Now need to create here the expanded, and to insert into first of all the defines here the tab view, tab bar view. Need to give this here children's like this. First of all define here the containers once, and another containers into sets containers like this. UI need to create this here. First of all need to check this here the tabs. You need to reach this start the pool. All need to after initialize this value. That's why I need to hence need to call this here. Now need to open this here the menu, and to select this here the earning screens. Click on here, set this here somewhere. So need to check this here. Maybe not past here the controller. That's why I need to here screens. Open again and to bring this good UI. Also need to set here the some width. Need to give this here the containers, and to develop here the line dividers. Need to drawing is here. We need to set this here the width is equal to give here the doubles widths, and give this here the heights. So need to give this here 0.5. Also need to set this here the colors. Need to give this like here the T color, light gray. Need to this colors here. Set it. Now here drawing these lines. Now this is the done, and now first of all need to develop this UI. Need to create here the common UI for develop this like this UI. First of all need to create this UI, then after need to common UI like this UI develop, because both screens are the same this UI, no any difference. Need to change only the value amounts of the value. Need to change this here like this. Need to create this common UI. That's how to write down here. First of all need to create here the Containers need to give this here the background colors. Set this here 30 color. Light white colors need to give this here like this sets here. And now need to create here the children's, need to set this here the single child scroll view, need to set this here. Also need to create here the children's, inside need to create here the columns, need to define this here and to create here the children's like this value, need to set this here. Now first of all need to give this here the some top heights, we need to give this here the UI, we need to set here the fixed heights, need to give this here the 13s like this sets here. And then after need to develop here the text tables, we need to set this here the value here on this here the name dates numbers like today dates need to this year datic. Now need to set this here like this settings, and also need to set this here the textiles, need to copy this here the these styles and to put this here these styles as a need to set this here this sets. Also need to set this here the font colors into that like this the colors. Secondary text this here sets property. Also need to set this here the fonts into set here 16s and to here the regulars. Now needs this bold sets and remove this const value and fix this issue. Also need to again so need to give this here height space, set this for right this here the 8 like this sets. And now need to create here the row sets here and to set this here the minimum axis size, need to set here the minimum. Now need to create here the text property, need here and to see this value and to set here the dollar signs and to give this here the sets here and to set this here the size. Here set here the 16s as well as put this here and here the buttons, set this here the font weight, set here the weight like this sets here. Copy this text here and set this here the text colors and to set this here the value of amounts, you need to set sets, set this here the font size this value on to kids. And also need to select this here the tool like this displaying this UI. We need to set here the colors, give this here needs here tenors and here this value and to set this here color heights like this sets here and appropriate our UI designs are the set this here. Also need to give this here the some space. Now need to create here the common UI, need to develop for these portions, develop this common UI for these portions developing. Now first of all need to create here the common view and to give this here the price list, create here the new files and to set this here the price list create here, and to create here the stateless widgets, to give this here the price list view like this sets here, and now need to import here this material dependency, and to depends here the on variables for the get solve data related to this screen UI like this sets here, and also need to pass here this value required start the object like this past years, and now need to read here the here columns like this here. First of all need to here the sized box you see heights 15 like this sets here, and also need to create here the dividers, need to create here the colors, give this here, and to set this here the color light gray like this set. Also need to set this here the width, and to get here double context width, and set here height, need to give this here the 0 point like this sets here. Also need to copy and it's here that's for the n, and to first of all need to go inside our view it's here was to go here running view, and to define this here suppose me to define here. I already prepared this data for the weekly and today data are the creating, and to paste this here getting this data. First of all this data are the today, and this is the week data trips over task trip fares fees tax tolls surges discounts and totals value, and starting to depend this years need to this years. First of all need to and this containers years. Suppose need to define here the price list to, and to give this here the data, and to pass here the today data object need to set this here like this value here, setting this like years. Also need to copy this UI here, and to put this here again, so need to set this, and to this here the data like sets, and to save this here save, and also need to save these files here price list sets. Now need to link here fix these errors. Now need to draw our UI. First of all need to create here the row, we need to define here sets here, get here the row and define your children's, and first of all need one, and also need to create another common view, give this here names title subtitles styles, need to this here the name of dots like this creates. Now need to create here the stateless widgets with this name title subtitle cell like this, give these names here, and to also import here the material dependency, put this here, and now need to here cells UI, need to create here the containers. First of all to set here the padding most this insert symmetric horizontals not horizontal here the pins like sets here, and also need to create here the children's and to set here the columns, create here the children's value, and first of all need to copy here the text needs, go inside our UI, copy this and time to push inside the this cells inside to this here this value. Also need to depends here to property final string titles and final string subtitle sets and to put this here the add fields. Now need to this here first ones need to set this here the titles value and import here the extensions, copy this here set this here the subtitles. Now need to check this here the fonts value. I am here going to give this here the subtitles as colors. Need to secondary text is sets and to set here 16 regulars, set trouble sets, and now need to set here titles as a bold. Primary text need to set this here this value here. Now need to save this here and to call this cells title subtitles cells need to here to set this here the titles. Give this here the titles as a object. Pass this here the trip value need to pass this here and to this here the subtitles titles trips like this sets here. Now need to copy here and create methods and one by one need to set this here. Trip offsets need to give this here the hours value and to here the line. Then after need to set this here cache trip not this sets here this here at this value save this here and now need to create here the layers, copy this here and paste this here. Need to say cut this width, so give this here height, set this here height as a 18, so need to set this here. Now this is displaying this here, copy this here, so also need to see here. Now look like this, displaying this here the UI, and now need to create here price related information need at this years to also need to set this year notes like this, and to go inside the trip details and to copy this value needs here the pull this value, this copy this value here to get here at the price list and to set this here this value here needs and to inside of this and set this here appropriate changes for the UI. First of all one by one set and to give this here value need to pass this here object here the trips copy this here and to this here. Now need to set here the fair p value. Then afterwards need to set this here the text. Afterwards need to set this here the tool, and then afterwards need to set this here the circulus on this here and give this here set here. Now need to set here discounts minus this value. Here need to set here the discount value. That's it. And to top up edit, no need now. Also need to set this here the titles as a total earning. And to this here totals. Save UI or getting shares. Also need to is displaying shares. Also need to give this here the some height space here as box. Give this here the height set here in like also need to set this here. Like this displaying this UI here, and to create same as we need to check inside the now this is the display goods spacings. Now this is the displaying goods, and now need to create here the UI graphs. You need to draw these graphs inside our screens. We need here first of all the plugins imports inside the swap space. Go inside the swap space and to first of all the opens here the add here the FI charts. Need to give this here the 0.63.0 versions need to install here. Copy this here and to put inside the swap space. Set here and importing this here the UI, and to one by one need to configure here property inside the overview. Now this is the dependency importing done here, and now need to go and view and to find these graphs. There are some property need to create here. First of all, you need to create here get tiles scripts here functions jets dot gets here tiles titles set title data sets here. So first of all need to here and package by charts at this sets here Now need to return this here. So first need to define here the styles. Set here the text styles and to set this here the colors for secondary text for the titles. Set here font weight. Set here on its font weight. Here font size only. Here like sets. Give these semicolons. Now need to create here the heads for this text. Here I need to turn this here. Now need to set the switch case and to give this here the value of int sets. First of all need to set this here the 0 or then to set here the text is equal to here the set here Sunday. Set here the styles as a styles need to pass this here sets here. Format this text. Also need to copy this here the row and one by ones need to all weekly need to here. Now need to accounts need to find here one set here one day, two Tuesday, third Wednesday, fourth, fifth Friday, sixth Saturday, like this sets here, and to get this here the defaults, copy this here, correct the statements to give this here the save this like here the value. Here's also need to create here another functions need to see here. Widgets need to see here. Star load sites like this sets here, and also need to give this here the word text property that sets. Also need to set here spacings 16 like space here controllers. Now need to first of all the create here the markup group data need to functions need to write down here. Give this here the return chart. Yeah, returns here and create. Now need to define here the integer of x value, doubles the y value need to give this here. Then after some to list of colors set here color sets property, and optional things you need to set this here the tools touch by default as a false like this. Also need to give this here the width of the bars, so need to here the 40. Then after we need to set this here the tooltips of the flow tooltip. That here the first value need to pass this here the containers. Now need to sets. Now need to returning here the data of the bars. Set bars group. First of all need to x as x, need to set this years, and now need to create here the bar rods years. Here bar rods data like this sets, give this here the y touch the for the animations need to set value, set the y so value. Now need to set this here the colors of the gradients. Check here property, set as a color, give this here the colors as bar color, need to pass this here. Now need to create here the another property for the here's configurates. Now need to set here the width as a bar width, need to give this here this value here, and border radius we need to set here the border radius circulars only, give this here the tops, that's why I need to set here the top left header. Circulars need to set this here the 5. Also need to set this here the top right radius. So need to set this here right like this const value to set this here. Now need to create here the border side, touch, set here border sides, give this like green and this sets here. Also need to set this here the copy not, and to set this here value here with as a 0, need to this year's this value back. Now need to go here the data background roads, need to set this here, set here the grounds road, also need to set this here this value, need to set this here like this property. We need to configure here the drawing bars, and now need to one by one the draw here the array of the bar list, here the list, and to here bar chart group data, get this here. So now need to here generating, generate, use this here the length, give this 7, and this here the index as I need to pass here the I, return this here, set here, use this here the switch case, this here the high, set this here, return this here, mark group data here I here primary. We have the sets here. In touch, we need to give this here the is equal to here one variable events integers and to give here sets here -1. This value we need to set this here the touch index. Now we need to configure here the columns need to statements sets here one by one need to configure value copy this here. Now need that here for I6 returns here the reports need to throw this here error. Need to change this by so need to set this here by 7. Then after by last one say by like this sets here the value of the data need to setting this here this here issue styles typo. Now need to drawing here our graphs inside the our view. Need to depend this here. First of all, we need to insert this view and to depends here the containers. Like sets and this here the heights. Here the context heights extensions methods need to all this here and here like this value and now need to children's. Now need to draw here the bar charts. Give this here the data bar chart data inside and pass this here touch data need to give here bar data sets here touch here tip data bar tooltip data inside to set this here the tooltip bar color pg colors. I need to set this here sets. Then after this here the tip horizontal alignments I need to set this here the left right select this here this alignments. After need to set this here the tooltip margins need to set this here 10. Then after need to get here tips items also here here string Get the sequence and to set the value. Set years. Set this year 0 and to set here the day is equal to here Sunday. Set Sunday. It's here the sets. Now need to give five. Now need to set here the titles. Give this here the day name as Monday. Then after Tuesday. Then after need to set here the Wednesday. Then after give here the Thursday. Friday. Last one is the Saturday. Sets here and to reports need to go errors. Sets here. Now need to return here the our two tips. Comes is here the text. Is sands need to is here. And now to set here styles. Styles you need to set this here. Set this here the color. Let's need to set this here the font weight. Set here the font weight as a 500 and to set here the as well as the font size that has 16. Like this sets here something 60 now we need to charts inside. First need to see here the another property touch callback events. Get this here it's like this value. See here the and to bar touch response like this value. Now need to set this here the state property. Check it. Actions click or touch response null or it to touch spot equal to, then need to set this here the touch index the -1, have this sets here, return this like this value here. Otherwise you need to set this here the touch index is equal to give this here the bar touch response dots need to spots, give this here the touch bar group index need to set this here, these configurations need to set this here, and now we need to define here the title data L tiles data need to set this here the show the true, then after need to write tiles proxy styles side tiles show the select this value, copy this here this value here of tiles to put this here, then afterwards need to bottom styles sets here the need to give this here the then afterwards need to set this here the gets widgets titles like this past years, and reserve size we need to give the 28 like this sets, format this text here, also need to set this here the left tiles need to set like this value here sets styles data, now need to create here the bar data, we need to give this here data like this sets border data, we need to give this here as a false like this sets here, then afterwards need to give this here the bar group to be showing groups like this, methods need to create here and to call this here and to set here the grid data fl grid data need to set this here as the show false, we need to set this here so value and to set this here the const value here const of this here and to paste this here and to pick this warning here. Now this is the graph or the polling done, need to size mode fix this warning, now need to save this here. To start this here, now to click here the earning view and to get this here need to not give this here value, that's why. and start this UI. To forget this case, see here. Now this is the displaying our graphs data. See here with go inside the size box. See here the not height into width is here. Now this is the displaying good. This is our UI. Goods, no any issue with UI. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down in the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.